This is Edward Skineski's Module 5 application. Lesson description. My lesson will be covering the stock market. Description of the lesson is that students will have an understanding of what the stock market is and how it will affect their lives. My group of learners is from the 11th grade economics students. My first learning objective is that students will analyze how the stock market works and examine the history of the stock market. In order to achieve this learning objective, students will have two tasks. The first task will be a stock market reading, which covers the history of the stock market and have to answer questions on that reading. They will also have to do an online student discussion where a student posts one thing about the stock market and has to make a comment on other students as well. My second learning objective is that students will create their own stock market portfolio and monitor their portfolio over time. In order to do this, students will have 4 different tasks. First, we'll be playing the stock market game, which is a simulation game where students get $100,000 to invest and have to invest in different companies and monitor those stocks throughout an 8-week program. The second part of this will be the diversification activity, where students have to plan a diversified portfolio. That is, finding different companies in different sectors of industry. The third part will be stock market biographies, where students have to write a paragraph on each company that they decide to invest in. And students will have a stock market web quest, where they're using different websites to find answers for questions. My third learning objective will have students reflecting on current events to see how their stock prices have changed over time. Students will have 2 tasks in order to complete this. They will use Yahoo Finance to look up current events for the stocks that they have invested in and have to post those current events on an online discussion forum and then make a comment on another student's post. My plan for assessment is I will have multiple formative assessments throughout the course. I will look at the discussion board posts from each student to see if they're comprehending the material and if they're actively participating. Also, the activities that students are completing, I will monitor those to see how well students are grasping the concepts, and then I will have checkpoint quizzes as a way to formatively assess students to see where they're at throughout the lesson and throughout the unit and be able to create interventions if need be. My summative assessment will have students doing a multiple choice test at the end of the course to demonstrate what they have learned throughout the entire course.